Hi everybody, Mark Davis joining you following our Thursday, July 11th show. We're going to poke our way inside 3 courtrooms for today's video blog entry. Let's go in ascending order of attention being paid. First into the trial of Nidal Hasan down at Fort Hood. This is a military trial. There are no cameras in that courtroom. I guess I understand that. There are no cameras in the courtroom of the Tsarnaev trial. That's going to be number 2. Don't get ahead of me here. There's no cameras in there, and that's a problem. Let me give my instant pitch right off the bat for cameras in the courtroom. That's our business being done in there. A camera, just like that one, belongs in every courtroom. To say that a reporter can go in and cover a trial with a pencil and a notebook, but not with a camera, I mean, it's crazy. Every argument against cameras in the courtroom has been disproven. OJ, nobody played to the cameras. They were playing to the jury. It worked, sadly, in that particular case. But obviously, I would far rather, how do I know that the justice delivered in the OJ case was so crappy? Because I saw it on television. How do I know what's been going on in the courtroom in the Zimmerman trial? That'll be trial number 3, by the way. Don't get ahead of me. Because I've seen what has played out. That's what enables me as a citizen to pass judgment on the quality of justice being meted out rather than relying on reporters. Okay, enough cameras in the courtroom. Let's go to the first 2 trials where there are no cameras. Into the military trial of Nidal Hasan. How has it taken this long? And with the trial now underway, why isn't it done by now? This is as open and shut gets. I know he gets a defense. I want him to have a defense, and then I want him executed. If the death penalty is not carried out here, then the death penalty has no meaning. This is not a trial filled with nuance. This is not a trial that actually even has another side that could count in any way as a mitigating circumstance. He feels like he wears the uniform as somebody that is at war with his jihadist brothers. Really, so sorry to hear about that. The moment you chose to engage in warfare and turn Fort Hood into a war zone by screaming out Allahu Akbar and mowing down your fellow soldiers, that's it, son. Sorry, your time is over, and this needs to be taken care of with great dispatch. I have no idea how long the Tsarnaev trial is going to take, but here's somebody else, once again, no remorse whatsoever. Again, the self-imposed willful mental illness of jihad, as this punk rolled into a courtroom in Boston this week, blowing kisses at his girlfriend, enjoying seeing perhaps as many as a dozen, ready for this, supporters. He has a fan base. He has supporters, this murderous punk. And so we've got to let the wheels roll of justice there because we also totally know that he is guilty. Now let's go to trial number 3, George Zimmerman. Do I know that he is innocent? I don't know it like I know my own name, but in this particular case, like a lot of others before it, I said to myself and said to you, and we talked about it on the radio every day, let's see what the evidence is. Let's see if the state of Florida can present evidence that seems to constitute a case for second-degree murder against George Zimmerman. Have they done that? No. The only people pining for a conviction of George Zimmerman, well, I can imagine that Trayvon's family is hurting, and I don't want to beat on them amid their pain. However, there is a lot of, I was going to say black America, but it's not just black America, it's liberal America that wants to perceive that this white, I love this, the term white Hispanic. When have you ever heard that before? Anyway, though, that Mr. Zimmerman, as the devil white man, was guilty of killing this black child. Yeah, this MMA experienced 17-year-old, fairly large and burly guy. Technically a minor, yes. Able to beat up George Zimmerman, yes. Is that what happened? It sure is what the evidence seems to indicate. And listen, I don't want George Zimmerman acquitted because I share partial white. Well, he's partially white. I'm fully white. We share some ethnicity. I don't care about the ethnicity of anybody in this. And you know what? The media shouldn't either. That's the only reason you and I are talking about this. It's the only reason the trial's on television. It's the only reason the trial is a big deal. If this is a black guy and a black guy, a white guy and a white guy, a Hispanic guy and an Asian guy, there's no story here. But because there is white gunman and dead black victim, DEFCON 1, everybody goes to this. And so there's the trial. It's been played out in front of all of us. And now, obviously, I'm talking to you before there is a verdict. I think, in fact, the final arguments are going on just down the hall from here. What am I looking over there for? Anyway, the final arguments are underway as we speak. Here, the jury will then get it. And bottom line, and again, I'm saying this before the verdict comes in, if the jury has paid attention to the evidence, they will acquit George Zimmerman. But that, as always, is a big if. So we'll see, and we'll see what happens in the aftermath of any verdict. And if you're watching this on Thursday afternoon, Friday is big day for us, and Lord knows we got plenty to talk about, from the Texas abortion restrictions. A bill will pass on Friday afternoon, should start about 2. I'm thinking the Planned Parenthood people are going to get plenty ugly about this. They're not going down without a fight. It's futile, but they might as well make some more noise anyway. And there'll be a lot going on our Friday show in anticipation of that, and looking back at a pretty amazing week gone by in the topical universe. So there we are, 5 hours together on 660 a.m. The Answer for a Friday morning, 5 to 8 on Bill Bennett's Morning in America, and then 8 to 10 locally. Join us for that, and thank you for joining us here on 660amtheanswer.com.